Hermione first learned about house elf mistreatment at the Quidditch World Cup, where Winky was punished for something she didn't do. Shocked by the casual cruelty, Hermione realized that house elves were enslaved, forced to serve wizards without pay or choice. Unlike her peers, she refused to accept this as just the way things are. This moment sparked her determination to fight for their rights, even if no one else seemed to care. Determined to make a difference, Hermione founded S.P.E.W, the Society for the Promotion of Elfish Welfare. She designed badges, wrote pamphlets, and tried to recruit members. But most students, including Ron and Harry, dismissed her efforts as pointless. Even house elves themselves resisted, believing their servitude was honorable. Despite the ridicule, Hermione refused to back down, convinced that change had to start somewhere, even if she was the only one fighting for it. Hermione's activism wasn't just about house elves. It was about challenging deep-seated injustices in the wizarding world. The same society that tolerated house elf slavery also discriminated against muggleborns, centaurs, and goblins. Hermione saw the bigger picture. Oppression in any form was unacceptable. Her fight for house elf rights was part of a larger battle for equality, proving that even in a magical world, prejudice and injustice had to be confronted. Despite her efforts, S.P.E.W didn't gain much traction at Hogwarts, but Hermione's work wasn't in vain. Years later, house elf rights saw gradual improvements, thanks in part to her early activism. Change in deeply ingrained systems takes time, and Hermione's persistence planted the seeds for future reform. Her story is a reminder that even if progress is slow, standing up for what's right is always worth it, because every movement starts with one voice. Hermione's fight for house elf rights mirrors real-world struggles against systemic injustice. Many historical movements faced resistance, ridicule, and slow progress, yet they paved the way for change. Her story teaches us that activism isn't about immediate success. It's about persistence, education, and challenging the status quo. Even if people laugh or dismiss the cause, pushing forward matters. Because one day, what seems radical now will be seen as common sense. Hermione Granger's legacy isn't just about intelligence or bravery. It's about using her voice for those who couldn't speak for themselves. S.P.E.W may not have changed the wizarding world overnight, but it was a step toward justice. Her story reminds us that even if the world isn't ready for change, that doesn't mean the fight isn't worth it. Because real change always starts with someone willing to stand up and say, "This isn't right.